Poor Shelley. I'm sorry. We're going?
Okay, let's call this meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Day?
Here.
Vassos? Hampi?
Here.
Larson?
Here.
Edwards?
Here.
Okay. We'll go right to business. The Pledge of Allegiance. Okay, start it off. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, first agenda item, minute approval. We have April minutes.
I make a motion to approve the minutes from the April 18th, 2018 Architectural Review Board regular meeting.
Okay, you got a motion? Any seconds?
Second.
Okay, motion and seconds. Anybody see any errors they want to bring up before we approve? Okay, we'll vote on it then. All in favor of approving April meeting minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. We'll go up to, I guess, next agenda item, which is citizens' time. This is where citizens can comment or give us any complaints outside of the COAs that are going to be reviewed today. Anybody out there? Okay. So we'll go directly to the certificate of appropriateness. We got our first one, 2018-014.
Good evening. So, 2018-014 is for a fence replacement at 6610 Jefferson Street. That's right here behind Town Hall. The current fence that's up is 6-foot privacy wooden fence. The side that faces the property is a forest green. The fence has been damaged, just kind of the time it's been up, weather, materials up against it from both sides of the fence. So the applicant is not here this evening, but she is requesting a replacement fence that will be the same size, 6 feet in height, privacy fence. Very similar style, very simple. She did not have a picture for us. She was unable to get one from the fencing company, but she would like to do it in the forest green color and vinyl.
Which side is it that, Miss Billy, that?
Right here.
Right here, actually.
She backs up.
behind it.
If you want to open the door and look out, you can see the
Feel
fence.
free. I mean, if you
Oh,
open
this
door, you
one,
can
right
see
behind
Yeah.
it. Oh, okay.
It's like a stockade fence.
Oh, okay.
And our side is like weathered wood, but she painted the inside of it to be green that she sees.
Oh, okay.
I would prefer that it not be green, that it be, I'm not all about white either, but maybe black is a better neutral that just kind of,
Right.
I just would hate to see green fences go up all over town. I mean, I know it's one of our colors, but
Right.
Yep, and also we're left to guess on what type of style we're looking at for this fence.
there are in the, let's see, our guidelines, I just looked it up. There it is,
Section
22.
are you in? 7 or 6?
It's under historic design guidelines.
Okay.
On page 22 are the fencing styles. 22, 23. On the bottom of 23, do you see the white?
Mm-hmm.
She didn't have, is she having a contractor do it?
Contractor, who's the contractor?
Doesn't say. She's applying as a,
Yeah, I mean, the concept is all right, but I'm a little bit hesitant to try and vote on this without details of this fence. Because, you know, we'd be
As far as
kind of-
style.
the style,
I
yeah.
have requested more details from her picture. She is an older resident. She doesn't really do technology. I mentioned to please get these from her contractor, and I haven't heard anything back, so I can continue to ask for the details. They're trying to see what we can do to help her out, but I can
I mean,
certainly
I mean-
table it.
I'm okay with the concept, I just,
Yeah, I'm okay with the
there's
concept.
too many
um,
different kinds of
It's
fence.
just, yeah, it's just too difficult to vote on something where we haven't locked
really
down
don't
on
know.
what the design is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm okay if we kind of proxy it and leave it to
To Emily.
Emily to, you know, work with her and make the decisions using our guidelines as the.
Are you okay with that?
Are you okay with that?
Yeah, would you guys prefer, like, the bottom of 23, the bottom left, the white one, but in the black or the green? Is that what you're looking for?
What color is it now currently?
It's, here, let me open the door for you.
Natural wood on one side, green on the other. So, yeah, you'll probably have to circle it to see the green if you wanted to see the green.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of what to type in my search engine here.
Just the edge of the green.
I know, stockade. But the thing is, we don't really.
What's the
approve it.
material? My mind is just like,
I'm assuming it's vinyl.
or
okay,
Trex.
vinyl.
I doubt they'd be laying a Trex up, right? It'd be strictly a vinyl prefab.
Vinyl, color,
And,
fencing.
she is trying to be a bit cautious on the pricing, so I think that was part of her decision there.
So this is, oh, what just happened? Who knew that Wayfair sells vinyl fencing? They sell everything, apparently.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some options on here. Of course, the Wi-Fi is gonna take forever. Maybe if we do images instead. Here we go. I mean, you guys can. That's why we should be paperless, just saying. I mean, what does everyone else think about the green color?
Well, green is
Are there any other,
subjective on what the true color is. If it's a darker green, I'm okay with that. I'm also okay with the black. But, yeah, like if we're looking at a lighter green, I don't think that would go.
It
You-
would be the dark forest green of our streetlights that are down near the park.
I personally, my house has green shutters and stuff like that, and the green fades real quick. You wouldn't think it does, but
It does.
my door, my front door and
My
everything.
shutters
Right out here.
Right.
Yeah.
My shutters were green at one time too, so I know what you mean.
Each color.
Yeah, they are.
you're familiar with the neighborhood back there more than me. Are there other, other fences back there that are green, white, black
No.
at
No.
all? Any
She's just
particular?
using it as almost a privacy fence between, because we're commercial I mean,
She's zoned residential, and the property on the
I'm
other side
assuming
of
that's
it's
pretty
commercial.
pending though, right?
Details for the home is on the other side of that property. They are also commercial.
Are there any other fences back there?
No.
And then anywhere?
Nope. And there's no fences on the back side of her either. She partially backs up to the edge of Copper Cricket here, and then the other one is an empty lot that someone is about to purchase and do 3 single-family homes, but no fences, no plans to immediately do a fence either.
Yet.
Yes, yes, yeah. But it won't
So,
be residential.
so what we put back here is probably gonna,
It could carry over, yes.
Onto the Fayette ones.
I'd be willing to approve maybe either a white or a black. And then if they have any objections, maybe, they could bring them up at our next meeting. I'd be willing to do that.
It's a very fair
Mm-hmm.
thing, especially with the applicant not being here.
Right.
Yeah.
To talk about it in person.
So, do you want us- we need to make a motion, right?
Well, style-wise, you guys had a chance to look at it. I kind of like the sturdier one myself.
Yeah, I do
But,
too,
you
but that's
know,
gonna be more costly.
Yeah. And the main reason I prefer the sturdier one is just because of the height.
Right.
You know, you're starting to add weight to it, so those stockade pickets,
I don't think you're gonna find a vinyl that's like that.
no, I just don't think it's going to be sturdy enough.
I think whatever she
Right.
finds from a fencing company is probably gonna be,
But like I said, what we're probably doing right now is coming up with direction for Emily to proxy it for us. And if needed, we could drag it out to the next meeting, but it really isn't necessary if we direct Emily in the
I
right
would prefer
direction.
that it had like a stability board on the top and the bottom,
Yes.
as opposed to just the, what's on, because this that's on page 23 is more of a, just like a trash enclosure as opposed to,
Yeah, that bottom white fence, that's probably a 4-foot fence too. Like I said, when you start to add an extra 2 feet to it.
right, I think it's more of an enclosure.
Yeah, why don't we do this? If you guys are good with it, I will get this Bailey to come over, we'll have a meeting. We'll go through the fencing styles online, try to find the sturdy look, kind of similar to something down here, but like you said, has the stability boards, top and bottom, 6-foot privacy. It might, I'm trying to think of if Haymarket Station, if any of their 6-foot privacy had any stability boards. I knew some of them, it was 4-foot privacy, and then the other portion was kind of that.
It's a crosshatch.
Like
Yeah.
that, yeah, they have that on here too.
So I can work with her on nailing down these options and the preferred color and have her come back or bring it back to the June meeting, depending on how you do your motion.
I mean, I'm fine with letting Emily pick a
I am
fence
too.
style too, but. Okay, she want me to,
Yeah, let's, you pick, you work with her and whatever fits in there, I'm okay with that too.
okay. All right, I make a motion to approve zoning permit application 2018-014 for Myrtle Bailey at 6610 Jefferson Street for a 6-foot privacy fence, with the condition that she work with Ms. Lockhart to pick the style of fencing, and the board prefers either white or black, and not green. And it's vinyl fencing.
Got a motion?
A second.
And I got a second. Any further discussion required? Okay, we'll put it up for vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We're good. Okay. Moving on to 2008-15.
Oh, this is the karate
Red,
sign.
yeah, code red karate sign.
This application is for a new business who has put up a new sign. It's Code Red Karate. They're is their trade name, but the actual business goes by Haymarket Dojo. I think that's a karate term, not quite sure. What you see currently on this picture back here is actually what is up there now and what he would like to be approved. I spoke with the applicant and let him know that a temporary banner with grommets was not our version of a permanent sign. So I've asked him to come up with some more permanent options. In the meantime, he can have a temporary sign up. We do allow that for our ordinance. He has a certain number of days before he will be asked to take it down. It's 45 days. And then he will need to come up with a permanent sign solution. So, I'm kind of bringing this more to you guys for the font. He would really like to use the font that is there, Cooper Black. I wrote it out in the font on the staff
It's not
report.
approved, is it?
It is not. And so, I told him, we're probably not gonna make any exceptions here. We would like to keep consistency. We've given plenty of options
I
that
know.
we would like for you to pick from. So,
You're very smart.
Doesn't,
trying to, yeah. So,
doesn't the Foster's building have a
They have a sign plan,
anyways?
don't they?
I know
Thought
the
they
Bloom
did.
building does. I'm not aware of the Foster's building having a sign plan, but I can.
You check into that.
Yeah.
I thought they had the same
thought they
signs
did.
over
Yeah.
their
I was gonna say,
doors
they're similar
to the Bloom building.
Bloom
Mm-hmm.
building.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
I would say no on the font, just,
yeah, I think, I'm looking at my draft motion, I think really it should be, a denial and a request for him to bring back a permanent sign or a table until he can bring back a permanent sign application. So maybe he doesn't have to pay the $50 again for the application, but, there was definitely some confusion between the applicant and the guidelines, so. I
So
don't
what-
know.
I mean, if we deny it, isn't that just a, like a clerical thing that you could let him do
Yeah.
the same fee for, okay.
And if there's a sign plan that is similar to the Bloom building, and the only text he's putting on it is Haymarket Dojo
Mhm.
in the approved font, the approved sign.
Then he doesn't need to
then
come
he
back.
doesn't need to come back.
Right. Right?
Correct.
That was the purpose of doing the sign plans for the,
Just a matter of time.
yeah. So do you want us to deny, I mean, is that, I make a motion to deny ZP 2018-015, new sign permit for 4412 Costello Way for Code Red Karate LLC on the basis that the materials and the font are not permitted under our guidelines.
My second.
Okay, you got a motion and a second. Last chance for discussion. Put it up for vote. All in favor of denying this application, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay. Now, 2008-16.
Mr. Rafferty.
This is 16 and 17, and since Ms. Rafferty is here, I would love to let her present to you guys what she would like to do. All the pictures are attached. The reason the two are together is because it is pretty much the exact same changes, so, but we did file two separate applications for the properties.
So, we've been trying to sell them, and, they just look very dated, and not in a good way, not in an antique way, in a just dated, something needs to be done way. So, my thought was, spray the brick white. Replace the shutters and door with black classic. Replace the light fixtures with, I put an example in there. And those are actually inexpensive at Lowe's in stock. And then, the one has a stoop and the one has a porch. But they're both natural wood, the stoop is natural wood, and then the posts and everything are white. The other one's just all natural wood. I wanted to do both porches white. One would just be painting white again, the other would be replacing the natural wood. But do both the floors, that kind of medium gray that you see in all the classic older homes. And so my thought also was to do black garage doors to kind of go along with that. And
You're gonna
But I
do the
can-
door black on the build,
on the
main building?
garages.
Yes, but on the house
And
part.
also, yes.
Okay.
The main door black, yep. Again, you know, if that's not something you love, I could do it white with, you know, black hinges on it, but I just thought it was kind of too much white that
It's a
way.
lot of white.
Yeah, and to kind of break it up, I thought that still looked kind of, you know, carriage house-ish. The one roof is the moire black now. Again, they fade too, so it's kind of almost a charcoal at this point, but, so we wanted to do the other roof, which needs replacing at this point anyway. Also the moire black, which again would tie in with the whole rest of it. So anyway, that's what we want to do, basically give it a facelift, because it badly needs it.
And it already has like siding, white siding up on the
It
sides
does.
of it, right?
So the
Yeah.
little
Yeah.
soffit areas already are all white vinyl.
Right.
Yeah. So we just pull it all together and give it a clean, fresh look, but still give it that kind of classic look that fits in with the historic town.
There was a one property, they're under contract, when I drove the other day.
Yep.
Is that
it's
your
under
property?
contract, yep.
Oh,
Yep,
okay.
That's one of the two. And then
Oh.
the one that looks exactly like it, basically next door, but has a bigger porch area.
Oh, okay.
Those are the two.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it's under contract. It's still subject to the appraisal at this point, which it just became commercial, so
Who knows?
what's gonna happen? And we're in the process right now. We were just in there sanding floors and everything today, so it's still got a lot of cleanup to do on the inside, and they're ordering a commercial appraisal, which they said is 3-4 weeks, so.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
So, you know, it was supposed to be closing like around the end of the month, I think, but we're probably looking at June.
In June.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I said, I'm just gonna keep moving forward.
Keep doing what I'm doing.
Yep.
Okay, I make a motion to approve zoning permit 2018-016 for William and Maria Rafferty at 14845 and 148511. Is that right?
7-1.
71,
Yeah,
sorry.
four handwritten.
I was like, that doesn't make sense. Washington Street, to paint all the brick white, to change the shutters, the doors, and the garage doors to black, to paint the porches white, to paint the flooring on the porches gray, replace the light fixtures with black ones, replace the crumbling brick on the walkway, and replace the roof on the one property to, it's for, what color is it?
Moire black.
Moire black.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, good.
All right, I just have a question.
Yeah, I got some
Yeah.
questions.
You have to have a
too, but I got
second first and
motion
then
on
go
it
to
first,
discuss.
Yeah.
And then discuss.
I'll second.
Okay.
Okay, got a motion and a second. Open up for discussions.
The shed, there's a shed on both properties, right?
One is actually a big
garage,
garage, which
yeah.
is only, I wanna say about 15 years old. Yeah.
It says
Yeah.
right here on the other application, they're gonna paint it white and add the,
So,
That shed's going to be painted too?
Yeah,
then?
So the
It's on
shed
the
is gonna be
second.
done too, yeah. Our original thought was to tear it down, but then when my husband went in, because he is a contractor, he said, it's actually fine, it needs to be shored up, nobody's done anything to it, but it's fine.
Yeah.
So one wall needs, new boards and everything else, and other than that, there's some patchy areas that
Right.
need work. But anyway, yes, that would be all,
on 017, it's under that description.
so, I'm sorry.
And it'll follow the same scheme, black
Yeah.
doors, white.
yeah. Yeah, actually, because honestly, I didn't pay that much attention to it, because I always in my mind thought of it as a tear down. And people would, whoever lived there would throw junk in it, so, I always thought of it as a tear down, I never paid much attention to it. And then actually, one of the people who was looking at it said, well, I would like to use that garage. And I said, what garage? They said, that one. And I went over, walked, they said, this is actually a garage size. It's just not as big as the other one, but it actually fits a one-car
Yeah.
garage. So, yeah, then my husband, we said, let's go look and see what actually is involved in this thing, but.
I do have one question for you. The roofing on the back of the shed, where it's kinda, you know what I'm talking about? It's kinda like lifted up and deteriorated and rotted
Oh,
away.
yeah.
That'll be fixed.
Oh,
too,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, yeah. No, even, I mean, any roofing, I mean, 'cause we have a roofing company, any roofing he ever does, if it's any rot at all, you tear off the plywood and re-plywood first, and then, yeah.
And you're doing that for the shed, is it what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. And this, the garage,
Yeah.
right? And the garage is gonna be, I think, is gonna be painted white and black as well, right?
Yep.
Okay. Because I don't see that.
It's on the,
Now, when I kept Google mapping,
Brazil.
this 14871 kept on coming out as the corner house, the White House on the corner. Is that?
Casey Watts.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know
is
why
that
he
the
does
one?
that, but that is my address, yeah. It did
Okay,
the same thing
and
to
that's
me.
the one you also have included, because I see there are 3 addresses.
The
in-
three
in
addresses,
part of painting
so
or-
what that is, there's a little strip of land, maybe 5 foot wide, it's like nothing.
Yeah, maybe not even. It
Yeah.
was an odd thing that happened when parcels were divided out. So the 4-5 and the 5-1 go together. The issue is the zoning map has it as one thing, the post office has it as another, so we always put both on all applications.
Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
It's
It's
just
a weird little
quirk.
strip
Yeah,
of
it's a weird
land
little
that,
strip of land.
yeah.
Why
That
can't we
runs with the
combine
house.
that?
You can, cost money and time and a trip to the county office.
Yeah,
Okay.
we've talked about that over the years, just negating the line, but then we were like, why bother spending the money to do it?
Yeah, it's kind of like Pamela Stutz's
Yeah.
old house. That's like 3 properties.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah, and you just have to make sure you list on everything you do, but it's basically, I consider it one,
Yeah,
technically.
okay, just wanted to clarify that.
Yeah, thank you.
You want to add it to the motion that the garage and the storage shed are painted white and black as well, or?
I mean, we can amend it, but it's on, she wrote it on the,
Yeah, and then off to the bottom on 17, shed white has shutters just for it.
Right, I see that one on the shutters to the, but I don't see it.
but you want the garage
I
added.
don't see it on
We
the
can amend the
Yeah.
motion.
Yeah, we
15.
can add it, yeah, because I want it that way anyway, I mean,
We can
instead of
amend,
selling it and everything,
Whatever
it
you
all
rec-
looks
Yeah, you
aesthetically.
do have a shed piece on here.
Right, I see the shed, but not the garage.
okay, we'll amend the motion.
You
Got
can-
that, Shelley?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So that's all I got, I'm good.
Madhu, anything for you?
No,
We're good
I
to
think
go.
we're good.
So, and we got everything with the amendment, Shelley? Okay, we'll put it up for a vote then. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Great,
Good to go.
thank you.
Very
Yeah.
Excited. Do practice. If we ever get out of this rain.
Right?
Really?
Have a good
Have a good
evening.
one.
Okay, moving on to 2018-18.
This is for a porch addition, and since the applicant, Ms. Jackie Walker, is here, I'm gonna let her kind of present it to you guys, but she is expanding her front porch, and the pictures are all in there.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. And she has HOA approval.
Got it. That was my question, so,
And
done.
so I can pass it up here if you
Yeah.
guys would like to look at it, but.
No, I said, I think I said.
Madhu.
Yeah, so it's just it's a porch that's already there. I'm just going to cover it in a Pennsylvania blue flagstone and expand it down onto the ground to connect the odd-shaped sidewalk as it is now.
Gotcha.
And then replace the current railing with some trapped railing. So it'll go from, it's currently white and it will go to black.
Got it, okay. So the railing's gonna be black Trex.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Oh, there it is. Trex Transcend Rail. Okay. Love a complete application.
That's right.
I was almost there except for my HVA paper, so.
Okay. I make a motion to approve zoning permit application 2018-018 for Jackie Walker at 14979 Kiwi Place.
Second?
Motion and a second. Discussion? Nothing? All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Good to go.
Good to go?
We'll be over sit on your porch when it's done.
Okay. You're all welcome. Down the street.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, moving on, we'll go to next agenda item, which is new business. I see we have some banners to discuss.
Yes, I am sorry that I'm bringing this back to you. So, there was some discussion, and I think it was a very valid discussion we had here in Town Hall that maybe we didn't think of last time we discussed the banners. If we remove all the extra banner arms for only doing every other pole, like we discussed before, the underside of all of the poles is probably going to be faded and not look so great. And just the cost alone of getting someone to get up there and remove them all and take them all down. And then the other part is the two banner arms are anchored together, so it makes like a cuff around the light pole, and then they're bolted in. So when you take one side off, you have to have nuts or something to hold the rest of it on. So just the time and the cost and the contractor we would have to hire, we were thinking it'll probably be the exact same cost to do all the light poles with a banner, get them looking really nice. We priced it out, so purchasing 50.
Sad, I don't want it.
Purchasing 50 banners to complete all of our sets, so 50 per 4 seasons. One season will run us about $2,500 or so. But the other part of this that I learned from talking to the banner company is our contractor's not currently putting them up right. So from kind of here on out, we're going to start with they need to put them up right with a zip tie so we don't lose them. They can't blow off in the wind, and if they do, you know, we have a little bit of a security measure there. So that's the first part that we kind of have to go back and decide on, and hopefully it's okay. I know it's not what we originally decided, but food for thought. Second thing, the ink didn't show up quite right, but this is our pretty maroon banner that we always have in the winter. I asked her to play around with it and put the town of Haymarket like the other banners had. I'd love to hear your opinions. I'm not sure this fits what we maybe had in mind. Maybe it does.
I definitely don't like the one that goes up the side. I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like
And
either.
I feel
That's why
like-
I was about to talk
Right.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like the ones on the right, I don't know about you guys, it's small down at the bottom. There's so much maroon space, if you will, that it looks very blank. They don't really have any other easy option for snowflakes, so I can keep shopping around with the same company. We don't need them immediately. Obviously, won't put them up until December, but
The ones on the right, at
Yes.
the bottom, that's how our current signs are, correct? With Haymarket Market at the bottom?
the other seasons are.
Yes.
The current winter one has welcome up the side.
Right.
So the other seasons have like leaves right here in the center instead of that side.
But as far as the Haymarket
Yes,
itself,
yes.
So it would be the same size, font and size as our current banners, which
It
seem to
would.
be okay.
Yep.
So it's just the snowflakes.
Yeah, maybe the placement of the snowflakes.
But
And the way they do screen printing, that's not gonna,
if we do something different, then we have to get all new banners.
that is the other part, yes. So we counted, and we have, I think it's 87 light poles. And
87?
I believe so. I think it was a weird number.
Okay.
It's an odd number. I think it's
Yeah.
87 right now, yeah.
All right.
And so it roughly goes about 5 to 7 per block. When you get down here, it's more like 5. When you get up there, it's 7.
And how many of these current,
We have, I believe we have 40 for every season
Now.
now, currently. So we would just call them up. We need them to reprint them. That price break and have 10 extra. Also, if, this development up here comes in, we accounted that they would put in approximately 10 new poles, and that was worked in with the cost
Right.
estimate that I got.
so we have to make a decision whether we're gonna replace them all to make them look right, or make them just old one, new one, old one, new one, right? Every other one?
It would only be for the winter ones. When I
Mhm.
spoke with the banner sales rep, she said that shockingly, they're able to get the colors pretty much exact. That they did just put in an order last year for some
Mhm.
new ones. The color, the material, the only thing that fades is the pink on the spring banner
Mm-hmm.
and the flower. But we have some hanging that are white. We have some that are pink. So I think that could be kind of mixed in. Some are pink trees, some are white trees.
Yeah.
We can
Eventually
work that
they'll all
out.
be white.
They'll look like dogwoods instead
Yeah.
of.
Our cherry trees will become dogwoods.
There you go.
So it's really just the winter banner is the one that we would have to either replace them all, or maybe we leave what we have that just says welcome and get the 40.
That's what I'm thinking.
It just wouldn't say Haymarket on it, but that, I mean,
And then you'd have.
You could
Haymarket
also
welcome,
just
right?
put them like maybe the welcome ones on the end of town and the Haymarket ones in the
In the-
downtown
yeah.
area.
Right.
I mean,
and if
you
it's
can
this-
always arrange them in a way that it will look,
Back side of the street?
yeah,
yeah.
Something, maybe?
right. I mean, we can figure an arrangement that'll, I just hate to just waste those 40 that we
Yeah,
have.
exactly.
Right.
Me too.
And, if we keep with the ones on the right, the snowflakes are in the same placement, it's the same
Mhm.
color, same setup, and some will say Town of Haymarket, and some will say welcome.
Yeah. So we'll just figure out how we'll arrange them when they go up and,
Okay.
Yeah.
So, we're good with doing every light pole?
I'm not good with it, but whatever.
I think it's fine.
Hey, maybe we'll see how it looks for a couple months, and
When we move forward to replace the light poles, can we just go with one banner arm as opposed to,
yes.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
And maybe part of the option is, and I can discuss this with Jerry and see, what hardware are we gonna need if we take one banner arm off, the side that's closest to the business or the home, and then we leave the other one on? If it's as simple as, a nut or something, or a different bolt on there, then I think that would be a low cost that the town could take care of. And then maybe when our contractor goes and puts them up, they can go and take off the other
Right.
one. We just need to stay consistent with getting them to secure them properly.
right, that's a big thing.
So,
Because they're not putting them on right, and that's why they're ripping. Yeah. Okay. Yep.
okay. Wonderful. So the ones on the right, and then we'll order the rest that we need. That's,
But, do we want, like, I do agree with you that that's a lot of, empty space on the banner. Do we want to, you're gonna look for maybe a better design between now and then, you think?
Well, they won't match the other
we
ones,
won't
though.
match the other current
But they're not
So,
gonna match anyway, 'cause you have
do
welcome
we,
market.
I think we do have a welcome on the side in here, on the, right?
Do you want me to get one out? I don't mind.
Just right there in the closet, right?
Yeah, let's,
Yes.
I know what you're saying, but they're kinda not gonna match anyway, right? So, do we wanna improve the whole thing, or just, what do you think?
so, what about welcome?
Me personally, I want to try and get away from the mix match kind of.
I think it's, I have in my car also, let me bring, no, I have different one.
Different car. Oh, no, you have the other, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And they flipped it up to the top. So in their picture, they put the snowflakes up here and the words down here because they felt that it would fit better. I can get it.
So we hang them like that.
Yeah, this is how we hang.
Okay. Yes, that way, I think.
No, I think we hang them,
Yeah, I think we hang them like this because, well,
I don't think it matters.
I think, we hang this way,
that way, right?
yes.
What do you think?
I think just do the town of Haymarket and it'll be all right
Yeah, I think it's fine.
on the bottom.
It's,
I still think if you do it like this, it looks weird.
yeah, that doesn't look right in
You know,
there.
I'm all for that.
Yeah.
I just, did you wanna add more snowflakes, or just?
Or
leave it like
maybe
that,
just
or-
to put welcome put in there a little bit smaller one and put the town of Haymarket at the bottom?
No.
No, it doesn't say other one, right?
Let me get the fall one that has that size, 'cause
Careful.
The closet will,
well, it's my stupid fault. I put this there.
the wagon. Did she put the wagon in there? That's the Public Works wagon.
Yeah, so that's about the size of it.
Oh, okay.
Right. Yeah.
I think it's fine.
It would at least be consistent. Yeah, it would have some empty space, but
They cannot move this little bit down and writing welcome on the top?
$100 of.
I like it, I don't love it. I would approve it.
But if we change it, then we have to change it all, and it's gonna be twice as
Not
much.
necessarily, because the current one, right, it has welcome already, so
Right.
they're gonna be different already. So they're definitely gonna be.
But they're gonna be really different.
And this could be
True,
like,
true.
not a great idea. What if we replace welcome with just Haymarket? Still hate it on the side if it just says.
Yeah, let's not do on the side.
Because I like to keep them consistent with
Yeah.
the other flags, so I like moving them down, I do
Yeah,
like
let's
that.
move it down
I
and
just-
put the welcome on the top.
I just hate the, go ahead.
Let me see the
Go
burgundy
down and
one.
Put the welcome to up top.
I think that you can move the Haymarket up a little bit. Because there's this blank space. You see in the, look in your thing, Robert. You see there's this space, like, I think we can move it up a little bit,
So there's a space from
right? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
here to probably about there, so you wanna bring it up almost right under this little star in her picture?
Maybe center it there, as opposed to getting it all the way down to the bottom of the,
Yeah, centered between the bottom stitch. Or
Yeah.
the top, yeah.
the top bottom stitch.
Exactly. We're on the same page, yeah, we got it. Between that and, yeah, exactly.
And the bottom snowflake.
Right. That would look a little better.
You know what I mean? It would not make it,
Fill it out a little
Yeah.
more.
This goes up.
Sure you don't want
No.
even one more snowflake?
How about the other seasons? I mean, are we doing welcome to on the other seasons, or? Because you could always drop the snow down and put the welcome to.
Yeah,
on
that
the
was-
Snow one as well.
Yeah, that's what I was
problem
thinking.
is the ones we have already say welcome.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We don't want to lose the.
Oh, there we go.
See what I'm saying?
Oh, they all say welcome.
Well, yeah, they all have a welcome somewhere in there, so,
Huh.
you know, that could also help whiten it up.
So, yeah, maybe we do it like this.
Yeah.
On the bottom, the ones that don't have the welcome down the side. Is that gonna look weird though?
What about,
You
what
also
about,
got the welcome to, like on the sun, on the summer one, up top. There are a few options we can choose just off of our selection here.
But the problem is, if you, Robert's gonna help with the holding. If you move the snowflakes down
And just remember,
to put the welcome to at the top, it's not gonna look, it's gonna look all askew.
if you shrunk the welcome and then put the Haymarket?
But,
Made a little welcome and
see, I would switch it and make it like the welcome to Haymarket, like the fall one.
Yeah. Either that, or I was thinking to. Actually, better that way. Just shrink a little bit the welcome, and that way we can use that one as well.
No, we can still use that one, but have the ones,
I think my small, make a little bit smaller the welcome, and from here, wherever we have town of markets,
I know.
I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Shelley's here to
She's like, what's happening? See, I like it so you can read it, like this way. I vote for that one.
I'm with
Because,
you.
because I think if you move the snowflakes and you do all this stuff, then they're all gonna look,
And with the snowflakes, I think leaving them in the place they are, just the process of making the screen print, they can still easily get this screen and everything.
Okay.
So the cost is lower if we say, do the snowflake like this, and then
Robert, you would crack me up. He makes me laugh. We're thinking about it like we're spending our own money, you know,
could see, is it
which is good.
let's ladies together. Even, so I think if we ask her to take this here,
Mm-hmm,
Yeah, it will fit in there.
it'll fit
Yeah.
yeah,
right, and then
yeah.
I think do that this way.
because she
Yeah.
might be able to pull this part of the screen,
And not have to reset it up.
right? I mean, we'll still have a small processing fee, but
I agree.
okay.
Yep.
That was more complicated than any of the
Any of the
zoning
decisions
permits.
tonight.
Banner, every fall lettering on the bottom, and when they come in, we will do a diagram for our contractors to place them properly. All right.
You could do something.
Did we order anything yet?
No, nothing's been ordered yet so that we could regroup. I hope this is the last time on the banners.
Because the summer ones will have to go up pretty soon.
Yes, so we're hoping to go ahead and just order them tomorrow if we have ARB blessing and council blessing and all's in ship shape.
Okay.
No, you have other suggestions.
No, nope.
No, come on.
I was just gonna ask if you order I know if you order 50, you get the discount. If you order 2 groups of 50, they give you even deeper discount for 100?
That I need to check in with her, and that is the plan to kind of go ahead and order all of the summer and then the fall together. And then we might wait till next fiscal year and order winter and spring and go ahead and finish up. So we're gonna try to get the biggest bang for our buck and all about a coupon and a discount.
There you go. Sounds good.
Hey, hey, where are the chairs?
Oh, yes. New business, exciting news. We are in the process of purchasing nice new chairs, ARB approved.
I found a sale, I just will say.
You did. Very well done.
Where was it?
There.
Costco.
Oh, okay.
Beautiful new chairs. Gray.
Oh,
So
okay.
next time we meet,
How many?
No,
we are
I do
ordering?
not.
pardon?
How many we are ordering?
We're gonna get 46.
They come in cases of 23, which is the, like, it's the oddest
Yeah,
number.
right.
We were, even the girl at Costco was laughing. She was like, 23, what is that?
So you have to buy one more.
Maybe 2 dozen and one extra bonus. I know. 2 dozen
One
means
short.
one short.
Can't quite call it even a baker's dozen.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I just, kind of FYI for some new business that's gonna be coming up. The Meladon Group, who's doing the Crossroads Village, they would like to go ahead and start the ARB process and bring a design guide book to start working through with, you guys. So that's gonna come June 20th is our next meeting. So they're gonna run it through me first. They're hoping to bring the mock-ups of the townhomes, and then some options for the commercial businesses. And then we also have another gentleman who is looking to do 3 residential homes right here. And he too would like to come to the June meeting to start discussing the outside of the homes.
3
Those,
single families.
3 single families, all detached.
on the Fayette Street.
Yes.
Those 3 houses, Bailey House, or
No, actually the
lot.
empty lot.
Oh, okay.
That is for sale, and currently has a boat sitting on it, will be subdivided into 3.
okay.
Does that have to go to a planning commission to get it to get it subdivided?
So
Okay.
he's gonna be doing the site plan and subdivision and all of that stuff. He wants to get ahead of the game on the ARB portion of it.
Okay, but I thought has not sold yet.
It hasn't, it's going up, he's planning to close on it in July.
Okay.
But he's pretty confident that it's gonna.
It's moving
go through.
forward, so he
Okay.
wants to.
He's putting a lot of money in it right now with an engineer, so I think he's pretty certain that he's gonna go ahead and purchase.
Okay, those 3 houses, detached houses, are going in there. Okay.
Is Meladon, do you know, are they still working towards the design similar to the one that's out in,
They are, yes.
okay,
So what I've asked for him to do is to bring samples, bring mock-ups, bring elevations, pretty much anything that they plan to do, anything on the exterior, bring it to us so we can start working through it. It might take, I told him it might take a little bit of time, might take a couple meetings, but we wanna see colors, we wanna see stone versus brick versus facade work, things like that.
can we have a work session with them? Can we do that?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I mean,
Absolutely,
That's probably the best way to do it.
I agree.
like have him bring the stuff and then we say,
And I think maybe even if we can call a work session an hour earlier that evening,
mm-hmm,
that way, you know, if it all works for your schedules. you know,
I will
we're-
not be here in June.
wow.
I have to, after 5 years, I have to go to Nepal.
Do you need someone to carry your bag for you?
So,
I can be your travel guide.
That's fine. Hopefully Bond.
Bond will be here,
Bond
yeah.
should be here, so we'll have our quorum.
Probably if anybody has time to drive out to that.
Yeah, if you guys haven't been to the Percival Gateway Little Center yet, it would be a 40-minute drive for a cup of coffee, but, you know.
It's a pretty
worth-
drive.
It's worth checking it out to
yeah,
compare.
actually, I like to go there
Or
to
pull it
look.
up on Google. The other thing is, they're gonna be here Monday night for the public hearing, and they're gonna bring boards with elevations, and I think they will speak some to the look and feel of the entire development. So maybe even if you can watch it later or come that night, it's gonna be at 6. Just put your uniform.
I forgot it's at 6. Thank you for reminding me.
We have a
It's the 21st.
joint
This
joint
coming
public
Monday.
hearing.
Public
Yeah,
hearing with town council.
Two of us
yeah, we wanna.
have
yeah.
to be here.
We wanna make sure that Ceres Forest and that property buffer.
Yes, 6 p.m.
I'm coming tomorrow
I will
too.
be doing a presentation.
I will be.
And in commission meeting.
Prior to the meeting, and then they're gonna present on.
I'm here tomorrow.
So, also, I mean, you can Google the Percival Gateway, but it is kind of nice to see in person too.
Okay.
And that's all I have for new business.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Traffic study, there's 214 pages. I don't know where to look.
Oh, on the traffic study?
Yeah. Wow.
Yep. Does anybody have any questions for Emily? No. I do.
Uh-oh.
Uh,
I
You could
think
give
I
us,
might- the house on the tracks? No.
No,
I'm gonna.
no, actually, I want to get, I guess, kind of a briefing on, what is it, the John Marshall Commons
Yes.
meeting that you went
Do you
to?
want me to go ahead and tell you tonight?
Yeah, if you could.
Absolutely. So. Last night I went to the public hearing for John Marshall Commons down at Prince William County. So they had Sherman Patrick, who spoke on behalf of the application. I believe he's maybe their land use planner or attorney for it, I'm not quite sure. But he spoke about the roundabout, and in his presentation, I found it very interesting. He presented it as this is gonna be our new gateway to the town, and it's gonna be beautiful. And currently you drive through and nobody knows you're in Haymarket, but this roundabout is gonna make a beautiful gateway. So I thought that was a very interesting thing that he brought up. I was not sure if at any time he came forth to the town, or anyone did, and said, you know, can we work with you? Can we make this a gateway? I don't know if that was a connection there. He also,
I don't recall that.
He also
Saying.
stated that he had been in contact with the town. I know previously, they've been working on this since 2012. They were in contact. Recently, they dropped the ball. They didn't notify us of the most recent submission. They said it's less intense, therefore we don't need to notify you guys. I have been in contact. I have a meeting tomorrow morning with Denise Harover, who's with Van Meter, the developer. So we're gonna.
Is that any relation to the
It
Harovers?
is, yes, she married into the family.
Okay.
So I'm gonna talk with her on some ideas I have. They removed the proffers for the sidewalk frontage improvements along QBE because Dr. Sean Landry put in his site plan, everything was approved, and all of the sidewalk easement improvements were in his site plan. So they saw, well, if you already have an approved site plan, it's gonna be done anyway, we don't need to do it, so they pulled that. We've requested that they consider proffering or giving monetary funds for a portion of the sidewalk further down at the park. Our justification there is that they're gonna bring in 144 homes, I believe. So those residents are more than likely gonna walk down and use our park and keep on going and have, you know, dinner, everything, use our businesses here in town. It'll be very walkable for them. So why not help us out with the sidewalk? Currently, they have not come right out and rejected that, but they are stating that the county can't enforce proffers that happen outside of the jurisdiction. So we're gonna work on some kinks there. We're still part of the county, we're just a town within the county.
Mm-hmm.
So, I know we work with the county when we have school proffers, they come through us. They invoice us and we give them the school proffer money that developers have paid. So I think there's an option there. I also pulled Denise aside last night and asked her, you know, please be thinking about a gateway monument sign for the town of Haymarket, because if you guys are gonna put in a roundabout and tell us it's your gateway to the town of Haymarket and it's not in town, I think there's an option to help us out with a monument sign there.
And that
It's-
would be the perfect place to put our welcome sign.
Absolutely. And so, you know, it will be out of town boundaries, but at the end of the day, I think she is right. It is gonna be a gateway point. It already is, but then it's at least gonna be a very welcoming, you know where you are at that point. So I'm gonna speak with her about that tomorrow morning. I'm also gonna reach out to VDOT, the gentleman who does the permits there, and see, can you put signs like this in a roundabout? What are our options? And really see if we can get some help with some of our around town improvements. So it did pass. It was a rezoning application, a comprehensive plan amendment, and special use permit, and it passed 4-3. Our supervisor, Pete Canlin, actually abstained. He recused himself because of his ownership in Cookies and Cream. He felt that he could financially benefit if residents move in there. So he abstained, and then the other concerns, then the ladies that voted no were because of the school system, so. That's about the recap of the meeting.
But some of those are age restricted.
Yes,
Correct,
so
yeah.
the original application, maybe you guys saw it before, is 200 plus units, so they brought it down, 99 townhomes, and I think roughly.
No, 79 townhomes.
No, not
79
here.
This
No, no,
79's here.
John Marshall.
Right,
is
right.
on there.
No, I have.
They did 99 townhomes and about 55 villas.
Okay.
And the villas will be single-family attached units, so I think 2 will attach kind of like a duplex, but not quite.
Are those the age restricted ones?
Those, I believe, will be the age-restricted ones, so it'll be 55 and
right.
older community.
For age restricted, you gotta build out as opposed
Let me
to.
let me
yeah.
bring
You can't climb
let me
the
bring the
steps.
paper I have that.
Okay.
That way, easy for everybody.
Yeah, so that's about what was discussed. There was only one person who showed up in opposition for it, and so it's moving right along. They'll be submitting site plans, so we will have review there. They didn't mention much about any of the architectural features aside from what they said before. They're going to try to match Alexander's Keep. They're going to try to match what we've already decided, ARB guidelines. They did say they're looking at a shared use path on the front of their property down there. I take that as a paved 10-foot asphalt path, but they didn't come right out and say that. So it could end up being an asphalt path meeting a brick, but I'm not quite sure. I'll speak with Denise about it tomorrow and see.
Which we could work with them on that because of the way asphalt stamping's going nowadays. We
Yeah.
can at least request a brick stamp on it
Yeah,
and coloring.
That's not a bad idea.
that is.
So, yeah, and
Yeah.
coloring, you can go with coloring too.
The maintenance of it wouldn't be too bad either.
Right?
Were there any other questions you guys had about John Marshall Commons?
So it's the homes, some commercial.
Yes, so currently you have that daycare that goes all the way back. Then in front of it you have some businesses, a couple little restaurants, and then in front of that you have another U.S. Tigers, and then I think in front of that and off to the side is maybe another daycare. Might be empty right now.
No, it's a health
Health
care.
center.
Healthcare, okay.
Yeah.
It's like an urgent care or something.
Yeah.
So they're gonna build kind of a U shape around it, homes on either side. They are gonna put some amenities in for the
94
residents.
townhouse and 50 as restricted.
So they're gonna put some commercial on the right-hand side up front, and then some amenities, I think a clubhouse, I think he said a pool, I cannot remember if he,
I did left early.
yeah,
Yeah,
so, but
I went there yesterday too.
Yeah, Emily said that you went.
Yeah.
some small things there, but something for their residents as well.
Okay. To kind of piggyback on that, the path going here along the side of the property that will hook up to the what came over the bridge, that should start this fall, right?
Yes,
Gonna put
we
that in.
are, this fall we'll start with kind of the planning, monetary, all of that exchange, and then I think we'll see actual construction start first of the year.
Yeah.
So, very exciting that we're gonna.
So it will be from pool to railroad track? This, you're talking about the
No.
It's actually a
Just
very
bridge.
small piece. It's
Bridge to the corner.
the bridge to the corner.
That's it.
Yep.
For now.
For
I
now.
mean,
Yeah,
Yeah.
for now that'll be it. But
Why is VDOT?
Please, the only dangerous part down by me.
yes. And I'm still talking with the person who purchased the property, 6810, the demolished the house up for demolition,
Mhm.
and they're looking at the sidewalk portion there, but you get to the railroad tracks and there's no other sidewalk beyond, so we'll see about the whole construction.
they're gonna cut the grass too, right?
Yeah, I saw that this morning. I don't usually go that way, and I saw that.
Yeah.
And what happened that property, that the two houses they are talking about to build? On the,
No, that's what we're talking about.
That he's working on site plans. He's with his engineer right now.
Okay.
They're coming up with a subdivision plat, all of the site plan work, and the I guess documents you guys will need for the homes. So what they want to do is turn it and face Fayette and not do Jefferson.
Oh, okay.
Which
So-
is smart. I mean,
Yeah, it's
For traffic.
they will have a hard
you
time
get in
to,
and out of
yeah,
your
yeah,
driveway, right? If you were the other way.
yeah. I mean, that's smart, because if they do on Jefferson, it will be a nightmare. They will, the traffic flow after the 107 houses built in that side, traffic will be,
Oh, yeah, it'd be bad.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And don't forget the historic walking tour on June 1st. 7 p.m. Friday night.
Actually, on the June 2nd, on the health
And
and
fitness.
fitness, what exactly they are doing? Do we know? Or I need to talk
I'm
to,
gonna have to defer that to
Denise?
Ms. Edwards, because I've actually never been to a health and fitness event. So it's gonna be deferred back to me. I think that we have kind of a, I guess, not really a street fair, but we do something out here on the front green where we have vendors come who talk about, I think we have separate vendors who sell health and fitness related products or services. And then I think she has a stage maybe where they do some demonstrations.
Like jazzercise, things like
Jazzercise,
that,
so-
yoga, you know.
Yeah, and then they also have the vision and eye care people. I believe the lodge here gets them to do the Lions Club.
okay.
Somebody offers.
They do some actual assessments
Yeah.
for,
And then Novant Health will come. They'll have one of their big medical buses, and they'll offer free screenings and things like that. So I think it's a pretty big little thing, but it's right out here in the front.
Okay.
So applications are going in now, open to.
I'm short-handed too. I like to put 1, 2. I don't have a doctor, to willing to come
Right.
here and help. So I really,
only do what you can do.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Well, we'll move on now. Anybody have any more questions for new business? Okay, next agenda item, old business.
I would like for us to nail down at some point the materials that we would like used for this building,
Yeah.
because I know it's going out to bid and,
So, maybe a recommendation, we set a work session date, and we have 2 agenda items, maybe 3, I don't know how many we need, but that could be the first one. And then, I'm pretty certain that Melodon's gonna come in on June 20th with their materials, and that could be our second agenda item.
okay.
Does that work for?
Because I don't know how specific we were when we approved the design
Can you
for
tell
this
me
building.
roughly the date, and I'll go back and watch the minutes and pull the.
Yeah, where's that picture, though? It was on the bottom of
So
that
long
picture.
ago.
I know.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
wow.
We want to build nice, front looking very nice, and use the good materials.
I thought we were going to do the parking lot first. Going to do the building?
We're gonna do the building first and hope that other people will follow in there.
2016. So you can see
But just as far as, you know, materials and
So
stuff,
I think it has.
does it say on there?
So like,
We'll have
PVC
one,
railing.
Uh-huh.
Brick arch with precast keystone, brick veneer.
So it does say on there.
It is a little, I think you guys will need to decide on your colors. So I think it's worth the discussion.
Okay.
But this one does have, you know, wood shutters painted with iron shutter hardware painted. The divider lights. Refinished wood exterior.
Probably
No,
finished white.
no, the grids. The grids, they're not actually, no, they're not actually, it's the grids in them. That it's in between the glass as opposed to like sticking out. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. What are
I
they?
have to, just
Lowlands or?
same kind of on the right in the police department side too. If
There's some reason, so when we go back there, the elevator's gonna go someplace back there. There's a reason for that. You know what I'm saying? See, that's already approved.
That looks like the back.
So if you
side. Is that the
redesign
back
it,
side?
that's the backside.
is this backside?
That's the
Yeah,
back.
that's the back side.
I thought this is
Sorry, I did.
police department door,
It's the back,
a back door.
yeah.
Okay.
That's the back.
That's- then
Turn
I-
it around. Is there something on the other side?
No,
No.
the front's right here,
That's right.
right there.
Oh, this
Front's
is
right
front.
there.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have a kind of, I guess,
That's the front.
portico.
Okay, this is
And that's the
our.
police station there.
This is the police station.
No, that's us to the
That's
left.
us.
That's the center where you go in the police department now, but that will be a shared entrance for all of us.
Oh, okay. Then this is the police department.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. That's why I was kind of wondering that. Why?
Yeah, it's kind of like, this is pretty plain for a street-facing side.
That's the front, Madhu.
What I love is there's at the top, there's a door above the main door, so up on that little porch area.
That's a door.
Well,
Oh, that's
on
the
the-
door?
gonna
It's a
be-
fake door,
yes.
but.
No, I think it shows it opens on some of the plans.
Emily wants it to open,
I want
so
it
she
to
can go up there
open
and wave.
So Mayor can do his
It
speeches.
speaks from there, right?
He can address his constituents.
That sounds scary.
But
It would be
anyway,
great for Haymarket Day.
Yeah, I think it will be look very nice after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it is. It's gonna
Yeah.
look nice. It's gonna be the center of our universe.
Yeah.
So,
Then gradually we need to fix. Any news for the cross the street?
Not yet. I sent certified letters, so I'm patiently waiting the hard copy signature so I can do more.
Oh.
So, letters have been sent. I don't know if I saw you guys before or after this happened, but a gentleman came in to pull all the addresses. He's working on demolition applications for Big Fred, the shed behind it. None of the structures that we want to keep, but all the other little things. So he has to do environmental assessments since Big Fred was a garage.
Yeah. Hazardous waste, that whole plot over there, I'm sure if they start digging, you got spilt oil and everything else over there, so.
Absolutely.
okay.
Okay, any more questions for old business? Madhu hit what I wanted to know about. Okay, Town planner update? Well,
Already
we
did
pretty
hers.
much got all that, didn't we?
I don't think I have anything else.
Planning Commission update, kind of, we did that with the John Marshall Commons, right?
Yeah.
So, how many months? 3 months, 4 months?
We'll have,
Well, how about
Yeah.
What's that?
the doggy daycare? I'm assuming that's part of the planning commission, right? Everything's,
I can give
all
an
the-
update
Should definitely do
on
that.
that.
all the permits have been pulled and look good and all that stuff, and,
So, A Dog Stay Out is working on their grading portion of the plan right now. The county doesn't issue grading permits, the town has to do that part, just something that when we switch to the building department, they have a separate EANS kind of system over there, so we're still keeping that part. So they've received a couple of their inspections for that. They're working on finalizing all of their building permits down at the county. I think there's a little miscommunication with them on when you apply for a building permit, whether it be here within the town, if we had a consultant, or down at the county, it's still a process very similar to a site plan. You submit it, it's accepted, it's reviewed for several days, certain time period, you get it back with comments, and then you continue the process. So, little miscommunication there. They thought they would get their building plans that day, that hour that they went and met. So we're working on that with them, and that's about the update that I have. I will keep you guys updated on it.
okay.
So,
And any more questions for planning commission and stuff? Okay,
Before you adjourn, do you guys want to set the work session officially?
oh, I'm fine with that,
6 o'clock.
on the 20th. Are you okay that you're not going to be here, Madhu? Do you trust us?
I will be on live.
Well, will that be, I don't think that'll be televised though, will it? We don't
can't.
televise the work sessions.
I will defer to the clerk.
We'll have to, I check on that, but we did, our last work session, we did televise it for the town council. So I'll look back and see if they have that.
I mean, it's not going to be any decision made, we're just going to discuss.
And the other option is I can reach out tomorrow to Meladon and say, you know, our ARB would like to host a work session to work with you guys. And can you give us a list of dates, and then you as the chairman can contact the clerk and request a work session be set. So we can do that via email as long as everyone responds, and we can set a date then too.
Yeah, that's fine. But let's make it tentative for
Okay.
6
So
o'clock.
tentative for this-
Yeah, because I'm sure they'll be glad to work with us,
Oh,
so,
yeah.
June 20th, right?
He would have come tonight if he could have. He was ready.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I'm sure they'll work with us more than against us, so.
yeah, Madhu, we could probably call you in on the conference phone. We won't be doing any voting, and then you can watch it live, and we'll have you on the conference phone. That's also an option.
How long are you going to be gone?
I am leaving June 6th and coming back on July 4th.
So a whole month.
Yes.
Congratulations, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You better write that down, Michelle.
What other meetings
I
do
was
we need
trying to
add?
come a little bit early, and the ticket cost me a lot.
Oh, yeah. When you go that distance, you really need
Yeah.
to stay. and-
When we go, 4 of us, it cost me about $30,000.
That's crazy.
And my parents, you know, every year they go back and forth, and for them it doesn't take that much because airfare and
Right.
when we go, lots of people expecting lots of things. Here they are expecting lots of things. They're expecting lots of things.
You have to take gifts for everybody.
Yeah. Then this time we are going from here to UK, Germany, France,
Fun.
Belgium, Norway, Switzerland, then Nepal. Then when you're coming back, straight here. My kids and wife, they will stay until July 23rd.
Uh-huh.
myself, I will come
You
early.
have to come out
Yeah.
to pay for the trip.
Yes.
No, we need you here at meeting. Okay, so we'll set that tentative for that date. I'll reach out to them first thing tomorrow and see, but they've already written it on their calendars that they'll be here that night, so I think that'll work well for them.
Okay.
I have nothing else.
Motion to adjourn?
Got a motion
Second?
and a second.
All
All in
right.
favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. We are adjourned.
You know what I love that the county, that they vote for?
Yeah, I do too. Yeah.